Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Akka on guitar. I can't hear you. Break it down. I want to hear that. Let's go. Come on. Oh, let's zoom. I want to hear the men. Oh, let's zoom. Hermano. Hermano. Oh, let's zoom.
Welcome to Beyond Makeup, where beauty and confidence are taken to a whole new level. Here, we pamper and take care of you like royalty. Enjoy our gentle waxing, refreshing facials, and soothing massages that melt away stress and leave your skin glowing. We also offer professional makeup services, manicures, pedicures, durable nail extensions, and perfectly sculpted ombre brows. We give you the most perfect soft lashes that highlight your natural beauty. At Beyond Makeup, every visit is more than just a service. It's an experience of care, elegance, and transformation. Locate us at Shadow Last Stop or call us on 0559 933 505 or 0506 474 911. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Beyond Makeup, your journey to wellness starts here.
Again, welcome to Today Ghana News. We are Kremre. And then a fourth, can say, Bosom that person 9 or December. Na Ghana Gabwa then the air Christmas season, Nana, a gusua, I mean, you remunti, baby, I will be a messer. The boy, party, we could boy, make up with a my wife. Ayana, Baba Fataka, now I will him say, Easter, Takadi today. A cabrunya, one takadi. Nti mesre bibi a obi ana wa join yin maybe a meda wase say waje brena enumere so oni abo antena say oni bedi dwumade we abo dani dey na na bitina ha na madam ase because right from day one a program is started here before me take you over near there we enu and asat na mugusu ne Today Ghana News TV ehwibuma because as the PC panel say the mom na meniaji enenumere so in fact so we people studio sanwa before we started program na ka be hu de ekoso ha heated pa NDC sem na mo yetena se ya mo amunim se Ghana ho nti na yatena se be twendwen Ghana ho de ekọ nti mesrew enumere bibia wo bia no you are at the right place at the right time me amidi jumede hu cham midin Lawrence apieni ye bona na yi won sam mienu se bia mpese me twintwan so nemo before I ever share sansem no mamfa wo enkopi mu the Evening Tribune no newspaper Ghana hano se open sama etwegu ina msrew paper ne ba kope se wo nsanke bi akope bi na kan the Evening Tribune Ghana ina watchman no the only watchdog nti msrew kope bi na ti na mamfa kopi sama etumi kopi mu the front page of the Evening Tribune when exclusive said Ghana's secret surveillance grid, how the state is watching you. They say dia wuye bia baby a wo hye bia baby a wo nam bia no enya wadwen se ukodi bone na wafa ho edi kwa na big brother e hwe secret surveillance baby a wo bia no nutrient in show broni why wadwen se wo de better kwa na watwenche amanfo se kan agege omu phones ni ade boni bia wo di bia no amampenin for and yeah sometimes I'm afraid ordinary citizens so they bia no nutrient ntimisrew channel so why na on ko ba se sans wo pay more down when I say 10 petitions rock EC and OSP 10 petitions rock EC and OSP we sama samre ni mmiri atena se anka ebedi nkomo emu ohye papa na okupi mo right corner side na say to 21 million turn around silence week communication team fails to tell combat's success story so and some okupi mo the Evening Tribune front page no and samre mdi abro na mesrew my main comment penny for the be exchange pleasant few ones be right after that we'll just go for a quick commercial break. We'll come back, we start with the main discussion of the day. Any Nsaka opening Charles Mensa no NDC for NDC Hamburg branch communication officer and Mayo Hassansuna doctor Masuda Bongo and so in May Abekan and before Memam Paba, Niaju.
I can't know.
Yeah.
Depending for Memam
Lawrence.
Niaju.
Yeah, na. I don't know what to say.
Akwaba.
Major so Lawrence, a point to say.
Jamia to Bibia Boko. Enumere inche ba ko ni menu bi na yemfa minko short commercial break. Me ba serious business na be hihye so.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Wow, nim dada. Sana yeshia.
In 30 seconds.
Ye bedin PHI His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Omampenia or that so Diase also oye expressway from Accra to Kumasi ye bechia no baby bio bia eye NDC for in house ye bechio bibiara na catch up bibiara say onje mbre no hwe dwumedie esanse dwumedia ema Ghana for ina ehun ne ekoso wo Ghana ehun no kura ewo nsem nyina mu na so contribute to the quota to the development of Ghana.
Medase. Openia bongo. Doc. Doc, we dey unchia ba ko bi na yemko quick commercial break e ba na dwumedi na so Doc.
Me pese me the opportunity etie for we mo bia me tie omu nyina na ma tie me co-panelist na so de bia me ka NPP grassroots me tim so a na ma sorry me salute mu nyina bi mo bia NPP grassroots mo kuma me kuma da mo so mu nyina me tie mo NPP grassroots ya me hira mu nyina
Medase Doc. Say we no e be call a quick commercial break. When we come back we continue the rest of the program timpacho ma feed na yanko bebia.
Africa unite, 'cause the children wanna go home. Yeah.
Greetings, my name is Ras Mubarak. I'm a former member of parliament in Ghana. On the 18th of August, we're going to begin a very historic journey. A journey driving through 39 African countries that's going to take us well over 4 months, driving for 600 hours, over 40,000 kilometers. And this initiative is endorsed by the government of Ghana. Why are we doing this? We want our continent to unite, and we want our people in Africa to be able to travel within Africa without visa restrictions. You see, Africa has enormous potential beyond anybody's imagination. And if we are united as one people, one continent, if there are no restrictions for us to travel to each other's country, you have no idea what we can achieve together. The economic benefits are enormous. The cultural exchanges, the opportunity to, study and learn and tour and see each other's country is just amazing. And so we want you, my friends, to support this. And we appeal to African governments to support the initiative so that together we can make Africa visa-free now.
Africa unite, 'cause the children wanna go home.
Dwumedi no no kremre me kai mo say sisia join here. We are live via Twitch on satellite, Facebook, LinkedIn. Ukwa search and donate to the Ghana News TV. Also na associate channel enumere we omo edi dwumedi no ekọ miamia High FM 93.5 in Achim Hemai in the Eastern region. Also na Kings Radio Accra, Jamframa TV T region. Sekina Information Center or Tatali Northern Ghana. Adeleman Community Information Center on Kwanta, Fans TV, Aflao, Volta region. These are the channels in the Omu Pushi, Jumedian come Ama Obisu, AJB Ashe, Pacho, Mekai, so the county inside or Facebook and any of our digital platforms. Make sure say, we share Jumedian Ama Nakuichis and soon for Ebenibi, Ashe no Musomudi or Mujumedi, Adventure Abakayon, na Idi Jumedian Abu. Enumerate it's been heated argument, like I said, or backstage before I even studio Sano. Now there are some interesting topics and one has got to do with the petitioner EC Nkofobi Atnase Atro Sansona Nipa or EC Ijumayenu and also Eden the Akokan president. Sounds on the OSP students are to Sami president as why she to he remove the EC commissioners and the OSP with immediate effect. Assembly President Eja Assembly Ama H Justice. So let me give you a brief background of the whole thing, then me back. Petition filed by private citizens, including EC staff member, a friend of Joseph Blangston. And I common senka only EC chairperson, Madam Jane Misa, and then the deputies too. I know a friend of Dr. Erica Sari Bossman and Samuel Tete. Even if we were following some misconduct. Na ibinye chronism, meaning said the mechano. Chronism meaning said the mechano tree. You say abuse of office. Abuse of office sounds like incompetence. You can't be incompetent. I mean, just say when you're up to tax, you made the ideations and I say, to me, I so, sir, no man, I can't, and then my file come up president. You can say nepotism. You also, I don't have a gym. I'm a child. I say, you man, I say, family, mammy, Antiaku say, mammy, family, we mammy, for Madame Wisho. Make us say, na say, Jumana Casa, a funny palmanabe, no nimgabia, ni until Jumanase. But I think the BB also Tina financial son and see is person. Oh, yeah. And electoral misconduct, you see, credibility of the EC right now, shiki kaka, timeliness, mean the time so, and women can say, no, our brain removing to me and yet. Now, question is as a winner. Agenda almost share yes then can NDC bad no way easy person if you want and I feel that they almost share before the 2024 elections now say 2025 my president yeah man penny mama about office no na ya they are not NDC for the taka pass and come back be sure na mami we ye na free na the question I be say ni say dear and some of kan during 2024 elections no as I'm more about by my move to Mintina. More she said, the more can be a moody so. I say, question, I say, is it political motivated? And I say, the Omukin, the Mupepe, Martian saying Tina Mui in free ho. And the OSP there so abetuja. And my main court doctor Masuda Bongo, Namin Kodina Juncher topic way. Say the media can be silent. We know a hatch agenda now, and I feel the human get started. Doc.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Me person me use this opportunity as a chair uti for baby omi wo bia michi omi na na baby omu hwe bia na petitioner o kan ho asem no ye ina nim say NDC omo agenda and agenda no President John Mahama was some first one oyi Chief Justice takono afiri ho enti omo hu say oyi ono afiri ho no no and o wasa match omo ho actual petition against OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor, Kesi Ajabin, and Jean Mensah, EC boss. Mati say 10 petitions, but me say can petitions, no. But what you say Ghana Mirano? Yes, so be a petition say OSP, Chief Justice, and I say the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice, OSP, and EC boss, or say, the comma president. President Gia, also the comma the Chief Justice. Now, Chief Justice, Asher, or China, there is prima facie, also Satro, Emma President, you know. Now, President, you know, as Satro back say, Omuye. So, Omuya, Nanka, Supreme Court, and I say, Chief Justice best higher than a former 3 members committee. No my education. Or say president there and apply. It is still in the initial stage. But the American is say NDC for agenda. agenda ni say appointment na Nana Akufo-Addo ye no and the NPP government no. Omo pese omo yiyi sa nkrofo no. Na omo do omo ye den, omo krofo ye den ebe hye ho. Because we shake kesi ajebin a ye tro petition against na and then omo kan omo say misuse of power. Na obi misuse of power. Petition say yini free ha na asembisa. Enti ne o tro petition na nkasa no. Utumu say enko yie. Uche EC boss no so a there no kan say ono so misuse of office. And based on this facts now, maybe one, there's no ground say you be obi every show either EC boss and then the two deputies. Now my uncle say EC boss need two deputies. MPP na appoint one, and I say MPP na you one. Ever share home. And I say we use this agenda and some person we need free so but any ejuma. Yeah, in a Ghana for and a Ghana so we are governed by laws, right? And you say talk on yes, I know we a free ho. And we know so on person we yes, but yeah, penny. Me say we are listening our boost a person demonstration against you central counter petition. Could be what also ye yina. I was say Nanka IGP no ye IGP moving free ho. Obi a what deep pension. Or call the pension 60 years. Masa mo no 2 years. Or no all you're incompetent. Me can't with facts. So you're incompetent. Onim ne juma IGP. Tete you no onim ne juma. Ojo mama matimia NDC matimia sama an additional 2 years. Akokora. Kamo man ko ya ne pension. Engineer na nje ne pension. Sika mama no 2 years. Na obia oye ne juma kama. Obia oye ne juma kama. Mo say mo be ina fiso. Lawrence, wow sha. Wow sha as a journalist. Wow sha ni omo ye ne EC boss oye dey. EC boss oye dey Lawrence. Wow Ghana, asem no dey Ghana here. What oye dey? Oye hwe. O hwe OSP. OSP. O hwe no oye dey. Oye hwe. Kesi ajabi oye ne juma. O si I wa hwe say Ken Ofori-Atta efri Ghana eko abochiri. Na so we kaya and omo ankasa se omo power. So I share manakwa. When I have power, would you extradite from abochiri no? Would maybe why don't you extradite her back? Extradite him back to Ghana. Ken Ofori-Atta almost US. And there's a process to extradite someone. So be US and also virtual US authorities, and you provide them the facts. No more side in Ghana. Right? And we want Juma. And yet, the government in power. And instead of me collaborating with Kesi Ajabi, and I said the office of the special prosecutor, no. Now more than ever, no. Much repetition saying UOBD. Anyway, it's too early. Say, Omar Traba, Omar Yama president of forward Chief Justice. And Chief Justice for 30 days. Chief Justice for 30 days. And after 30 days, no, Yebeshe said there's prima facie case against the EC boss and the two deputies, or there is a prima facie case against the OSP. And Lawrence, me the see her na what I know asaba.
Okay.
Me too.
Mamin ko na can be a question because who started comment you made reference to the former Chief Justice Aokono, which
Yes.
say some of the conduct some say the nimrem. I wasn't expecting thing can be Bawa Canada. The NSA, Mamin opening chance on
Okay.
you shouldn't have Nankanyesa will mention in the first place. But somebody who knew the law now no ankasa so for one way or the other no to me fancy and the end Nanka said he didn't know. But Ode Mamin opening chance on opening.
Yeah, Lawrence Medawasi.
Opening the equity, I say NDC more particular agenda to remove certain people from office. Is it for your benefit? Tana,
No, it's not true. Anyway, let me. Mamisha say by once again greeting all NDC members in Hamburg and NDC members in Germany at large. Ghana as a country is a secular state. Mraba kuna ebo ye ina ho ban. Sa mra no ye ina ya jatum se embo ho ban ni din ni 1992 constitution. Was amra ni mu no yesi obi biara enso nchen obiara ye ina ye pe. So equality before the law is adequately catered for under the 1992 constitution. Enunti ena obi biara yedi dibria ma wo se woso se wusa wo hyesa emra na se na eye chief justice ene no ho nkrodba ye omo a ye yi omo through article 146 no ye kire ekwan a yemfa so yi sa nkrofo no ena ye kire nneoma omo ya yemfa so the law states the grounds for which such persons should be removed from office. Ebine misbehavior, going contrary to the laws of the land and other grounds. So the question is, has any one of these individuals gone contrary to the laws of the land? If that is the case, should we just allow them to go scot-free by virtue of the office they occupy, or we should apply the law to the latter? If we are to say omo office no mukita ntienja omo, then we will be in a state of anarchy, state emra enye juma na se emra ne di binomo na endi binomo. But that cannot be the case because we are not in a banana republic. Into once ye na ya jatum se samra no embo ho ba na say regulating activities no obi biara go contrary to the tenets of the law no, we need to deal with such a person. So it is never true say agenda be na NDC set say onye bonia na say agenda krana. When we go to the merit of the case, you see say such a person will be vindicated. It is only when such a person has engaged in misconduct or has engaged in acts that are affront to the 1992 constitution and no and I want to me so inti say wo hwe minia bongo submission mo or say Kisi Japan, for instance, has been accused of misuse of power, and you know say ultra virus is totally wrong or it is unacceptable under our democratic dispensation. Intina yamu bia boundaries, separation of powers and rule of law. You need to act within the boundaries of your jurisdiction. It is a go outside of your jurisdiction. It's constitute a misconduct. That is why in court, in our court system, when a lower court goes, or act ultra virus, the higher court are called upon to, correct that anomaly. In this, these personalities, the YC Fono and OSP, say ampara omunye boni bia. I don't see the reason why or a mere issuance of a petition should cause worry in the MPP's camp, unless maybe they know say they have really engaged themselves in acts that are affront to the laws. I don't think no more panic, But say the committee will be set up as required by the 1992 Constitution. The committee members, I don't think, by virtue of the prescription the Constitution has given, we are going to bring some zombies to come and sit on the Constitution to come and sit on the committee. The Constitution prescribed the persons who should sit on the committee. And in this case, the Constitution also prescribed those who should handle the matter. In the Constitution, for instance, in the case of the EC, Constitution said the president should be a conveyor belt, receive the petition, forward same to the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice will then determine the prima facie. So if the Chief Justice, by virtue of the experience he has garnered from sitting at the court of the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and now at the Supreme Court, all this experience, knowledge in the law, he will sit on a matter that is wobbly, a matter that has no substance, and determine a prima facie case, I don't think the Chief Justice we have today will do that. It is only when the matter has substance before he will determine a prima facie. Into so determine prima facie, you go ahead to select committee members who are competent enough to handle such matters. So I'll urge my NPP guys, I'll urge the NPP people to calm down. It is not an agenda. We know that right now the NPP forum they anticipated bad governance from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, but unfortunately for them, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is delivering excellent governance, for which reason they are coming back to power in 2028 is threatened. By virtue of that, they are just holding on to any straw that they find on their way. So they should just calm down. NDC is not up to any agenda, and we are going to apply the laws as it ought to be applied, because we are in a country governed by laws. If the Constitution says do A and you do B, the ramifications will be that the punishment that the Constitution sets for such misconduct will be activated. NDC is not up to any agenda.
OSP, the bond power and say, I sent petition about saying
the OSP issue, I am not going to go into details with it because of the personal relationship I have with him, and for one or two reasons, I don't want to delve into the OSP issues. But all what I know is that the OSP Act stipulates how he should conduct himself. So if he had misconducted himself in one way or the other, the laws should deal with him, irrespective of the fact that we have some relationship. Okay, I am for a full and a fair application of the laws, no matter who else it has got. Or okay, in the OSP issue, I wouldn't go much into it. All what I can say is the law should take its normal course.
Matthias, international mujinaso, Emma said in cultural petition ma, President say, EC chairperson ni deputies to ni forum. Yate nepotism misconduct na.
But you also know that the law does not permit. The law does not permit the characters involved to disclose the content of the petition. And for that matter, it will be sub judice or injurious on our part to be dealing with the substance of it. Or what we can say for now is the fact that there are some petitions that have been submitted to the Office of the President, and the Office of the President has equally submitted same or forwarded same to the Office of the Chief Justice as required by law. Okay, so we can speak to that fact that there are petitions seeking for the removal of these personalities, save that we cannot go into the merit and demerit of the case or the petition. If they should even bring the information out, it's tantamount to a total rejection of those petitions. Ab initio.
Now, right from 2024, as I've been in position, one of the things I know champion power was to take the EC off.
It is not a matter of we are championing, because the Electoral Commission office is a public institution or is a public office. They are to serve, they are to give public good. Okay, so if as a public office you are as a public officer, you are conducting yourself as a private officer, it leaves me to be worried. Okay, Intina say public office, they need to be very, very careful because one thing here, the people will come after you. And yet, say NDC in a champion say, your more conduct, and actually say these people should continue to be in office or they should leave office simply because edwuma also moyema Ghana for no enye eno ho na omoye. Let me give you a typical example with respect to the 2020 election. No, you realize that the chairperson announced the results for more than 3 times, if my memory serves me right. So what you are saying? Such a situation can lead to serious confrontation among the people because you see, first, declare first, tally, na abro 100%. Buy some corrections, in mistake. So even matters in the court, the court was called upon to invite the chairperson of the Electoral Commission to come and tell the whole country which particular results and original so declare former President Nana as president-elect for the 2020 elections. What I say? So Obibia Timemuni Biara or pass or mine by virtue of this conduct alone can say the woman is not fit for purpose in free. And as I indicated, the grounds for which a commissioner of Electoral Commission can be removed from office includes incompetency. So to me, people can call for your removal. So what I say? So based on these facts now on petitioners available to them and they are forming the basis of their petition, written the said petition, forwarded same to the president, and the president, as required by law, has also done the needful. So it is not about the NDC clamoring for her change in 2020 leading to 2024 election. It is about their own conduct that necessitated the clamor for their removal.
Opinion, I think you've made your point right. I think Maji, the last bite on this particular topic. I'll come back to you before we move to the next topic. Doc, now MDDA passed their such as I can now. What if you have any bites before we move to the next topic? Doc. I think say Doc but Samuel, one thing I'm personally fascinated about is that President issue a receive way no.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Okay, Doc, I'll be back.
Lawrence, Ubisa na Samuel, Ubisa Charles. Say Kisia Jabi, Boniven or and all kind of personal relationship. So I don't know why a personal relationship is coming here. We are talking about the office of the special prosecutor, and the petition is against the office of special prosecutor. I and the party, the command president. Want to establish any problem, and that's the issue with the special prosecutor. And talk about the personal relationship. I have personal relationship in M-bound. And also I'm concerned about EC. Boss, and I can say, I last I clear results, want to clear results in the year, and that means John Mahama ya elected on clear results one declaring year. And to say a certain petition against John Mahama, say easy no 1 year, you may year the and John Mahama so elections na electing no. Easy madana yen you may year, and tells I running election for Frana. Me say me bisano, says I run election for Frana. So what you to say? John Mahama is elected. So Mama Jane Nana I declare as president. NDC force or my jubilate in almost celebrate. At the same time, Muka says Mamma incompetent. Who's contradicting? And not name typical example. Says a mupo be a yina. And the Emma says our case win a bayana president Josema chief justice. Not concern president two petition no cry to baby, but all the same, Ghana mina and ever family so. But what am I afraid? Who said chief justice? No, yeah, you talk or no, you know free ho, and not do ever share ho. And yeah, now you are politicians, and we know how Ghana is placed. President we are you know, and to make my Canada after BBD amount, you baby me a typical example, and me example, me more practical example. Police for every chair, a truck levy, MI, a truck be there to prison. So we are in Ghana, and to make my I Canada, I call you easy boss a free show. No more say or say kissing or I've been said, kissing as I've been a free show. But the mimi can say, percent NDC for it here. Near Muya near Unina. So Mupo beer are violating the office. Oh, yeah, the Juma year. Me say IGP, Tete Yohuno. And no beer becatro. Watch journalist. I go 24 hours, every 48 hours. Say defamation. Nagana Miranso and Chese Obishi Introguswa, police in Bamu. Also the court for defamation. No court are inviting Nipano. No marker. So court be finding now. And that's why over apologize to Nippon or defaming no. Police in bomb is only under Tete Yahuno. Omoye defamation CID for Kutimiko Chiobi, Ediniko prison. And that's why we police station more than 48 hours. And then the second one also, Omasa Akochi Obi, Lawrence, Omasa Akochi Obi, say Nippano or information about Obi. Enya no kre almost akochi nso who say police for say here no ejuma say police here no omuntimi here because they tell you no or you incompetent that part one na hu say ani manima you na say ani manima ni nni ho enti say you obi a say petitioner na say obi a say yinifiri mimi advocate so much petition so mutie mi a enya mu channel petition against John Tete IGP Tete Yahuno Omunfa Copa president na yinifiri so no kra ne pension time aso and ko so kofie and o am 2 years contract etano na nko so omode man no mo young guys no enye peace omunye peace of mind eye omo adwuma because omoa na omode NDC den eba power EC boss aye kasese here no on a year ya NDC tinye the largest margin of vote every 1 million people voters ABC da and the Kamamini incompetent continue account here. Can this way that level of vote na? Bisa. Eti Lawrence, sa petition when they infant to baby, ye juma. Se be ye juma dia NDC be kanana. Ti se omo ye kanana e yi tako no efiri ho no no. Ti me da say.
Thank you so much, Doc. I think this is a question I will through. Mr. Charles, you answer to some of these questions. Now we move on to the next topic. Quick.
Yes, thank you very much.
So if you happen to
my main clear baby what we say Bedinka catch so my Ghana na ye woman. Yanga si aja to mu say yema emra embo ye ho ba na emra en organ and regulate activities. We share criminal code of 1960. Act 29, Act 30, a chere a choir obi di boni a yam far so, and a chere boni and your ma will be and also a constitutive boni. A business say false publication of false news. Publication of false news is a criminal offense. In this me bana sem beka asemi efa ohun na se sa asem no minim pefe say intro and anase meaning jina so bia na meka say asem no the potential of creating misunderstanding and as a fear and panic in the society that act constitute a criminal offense. Now nipa na meka sa asem no so fa no na enye no kre no sa nipa no so will remedy under civil jurisdiction to sue me for defamation. So what is the case? Obia kokase obi ye galamsey, and you and I know say galamsey is an illegal act in Ghana. In this any false information, pass any false information about galamsey, you are creating an impression in the minds of Ghanaians say ade a ye nyina ye se ye mpe no obi eye nti se nipa na ubo ni di no nam ho kra na amafo hu na omo no ho be na hi because ye se ye mpe galamsey wo de wo ye and the ramification of galamsey no ewo nsunsuasom ewo bia so nti in that case obi biara obeti se wo ye galamsey hu wo be bia wan hwe ye no no aye fight by virtue of that public nature of galamsey nti and as a woko kan sem bi fa galamsey hu na se enye no kra police for no betumi esi a charge for false false news publication court na omode ne call ye no judge no onye zombie e no te ho police for na omode nipa no call ye no onye zombies. Sometimes we need to credit our institutions with some intelligence and yes bibia na be politics say ye tani bibia into politics a time will come whereby people will say all manner of inflammatory statements are able to cause stability but yen to me enko so ano because the politics ebe rim na yen kan assembly senate. This issue about Onipana Yachino, even my information is that he has been released on bail. Court no more than the wisdom in police phony case, that is why the court did not cite the police for breaching the laws, but rather they cited the gentleman for breaching the laws. And mama no bail say onkono sambra court no meyi no one. Again, persons now obom with this galamsey now the guy himself, that is vendor no wajia to say it was a false publication. One of them has issued a writ against the guy say we good ni di hufi inti and yet say the police for no omote ya na. I think Adongo has a personal issue with the IGP by virtue of his arrest. So if he thinks the police has violated his fundamental human rights by virtue of excess application of the law on his fundamental human rights, he can seek redress in the court rather than accusing the entire police service say they are not good at their work. He should seek legal redress for his personal abuse and stop this kind of running everybody together and accusing the entire police service as a friend is saying incompetent or whatever it is. Again, he also made reference to the fact that Kisi Japi, I have a personal relationship with him, and for that matter, I'm unable to comment on his matter. But he also failed or refused to acknowledge the fact that I made mention of the fact, say, even though I have a personal relationship with him, the laws of Ghana should take it normal or their normal course. Senya mrani sitieno, and mamonchiano, or monfa embrano, and then in car 70 pepe senya embrani tie.
But I say, I want to make to Article 70, Chapter 2 of the Article 70. That says that it constitutes a state that the president shall acting on the advice of the Council of State appointed the chairman, deputy chairman, and other members of the Electoral Commission. If say president this kind of shuffle and he's got people or Council of State they are around him giving advice, it means wherever that comes from the Council of State, final and they shall act upon it. And also anxious still now you people are championing a particular agenda by removing all these people and using the powers of the Council of State.
So you agree with me, say the appointment of Electoral Commission is subject to the laws of the land, and the removal of the Electoral Commission is also subject to the laws of the land, right? So the law says that the president, in consultation with or on the advice of, when you have these conditions available, the president is mandated by law to go by that conditions. Okay, into or not going to mean funny and dia ope. Even the president, who we are all admitting, say he's the first gentleman of the land, don't mean funny or minimum. Whatever he does, the law prescribes in Senate on yet in Yoma. It is a Council of States, and a Council of States, so the composition is stipulated by law. And you will be the continent, then occurs and mepe in the better so no constitution. It's required. You find constitute the Council of State into region BR or rep also. So do you think that this 19-member Council of States omuina daft to the extent say their president Rebecca Nombe this one? Look, we have former Chief Justice on the Council of State. We have a former Speaker of Parliament on the Council of State. We have regional representatives on the Council of State. So do you think all these persons, eminent members of our society, are so daft to the extent say near President Rebecca Nombe this one? I beg to differ on this. I know say the Council of State members, they are men and women of integrity, they are men and women of moral high standard, and they are going to ensure that the right thing, which is in the interest of Ghana, is done at the end of the day. Inti say your friend is saying the Chief Justice or go through the process, not say or more committee recommend say the Chief Justice, the Electoral Commission should go ahead and perform his or her functions as Electoral Commissioner. The president will respect that recommendation. If the recommendation also says otherwise, the president will respect the recommendation. Knowing who His Excellency John Dramani is, he is not power drunk, he is not an abuser, and he is always a stickler to the principles of rule and law and democracy.
I've seen a lot of people and comment on most media brain commenting in Amamuna. I will just move on to our next topic. But before then, in case you come on our social media platforms, the only thing you have to do is click on the like, share, and also comment. For our joint chamber na intimate time will be antibi. No baby, I will be no. Mr. My main fact, Bakumi be na meant to us on next topic. We, if we Jamframa TV says, greeting Lawrence and your team. They say Jamframa, they're straight to Rarao. Yeah. Patrick Ejoso, Bibi Amobia Jamframa Ejoso. NDC Diaspora Union, we said greetings from Amsterdam, Holland. Comrade Mensa, how is the NDC Hamburg and Germany doing? Comrade, we the Obana, we are no NDC Hamburg, ni Germany, what is saying? We if we as Henny, but he says a nice topic. The research agenda is moving on fast. Watching from Achim, my man who hano. Na me kobot me next topic in the back. Na my kind the rest of the messages no. Na the next topic na me be discuss ni mo shikakra. Imu kakra. It has got to do with a surveillance grid. We make a spy be in an dream airshare. Jenche bia befan say 1 month ago na the Evening Tribune newspaper started investigation bia or mudu just say technology be in dream. Now it's a technology is to spy Ghanaians. We know system where it's powered by the National Signal Bureau. That's the NSB. That's not Ghana Police Service, any NC now aware of this particular intelligence surveillance here and then now according to source and I expect interview a bit to say Chebiana Ghana Kotosa particular technology buy from Israel and USA as I'm research technology and then show anti. Then you started you made your say so we body for be and now a penny be now did you maybe nya and fan say samre no we see na any man in Ambima show So we know phones, social media now. These are some of the technology that is being monitored through. The so. Now beyond telecommunications, even Tribune, newspaper indicates social media accounts, messaging platform, and most surprisingly, digital platforms, TV, one of the ways surveillance way picky data information from a month with fee from a month with dream. I say in a month you dance your nine go thing. Now I say we in a very security threat kaka because I ye na ye one ye so what now nine go thing. This is a cause of worry. We know I take a crack. Na nhwehwɛmu egu so ɛkɔ so yɛatrae sɛ nka yɛbɛnya mpanyinfoɔ bi na ɛne ɔmo akasa about dwumadi na so far no obi ampɛ sɛ ɔbɛkasa policefoɔ ne NCAfoɔ nobody wants to talk. The main purpose was to track mpanyinfoɔ a sɛbisɛbi ɔmo di bɔne bi but as you know ordinary Ghanaians all count, you know. And see the question I yɛbisa ne sɛ we know how does it affect a citizen? And implications being the breast citizen no onam the baby no na de na be a state so you need to say sabre but wait me akosoro ba enyu obi aso na any papa. How does this affect citizens? Technically no, what are we trying to say? And in as much as the state is trying to build a security system no, so are we safe as citizens? This is the question. Now I think the doc I want to drop it. I will still move on to Mr. Charles. Now I'm in the come doc will join us pretty soon. Now on to the Chaba. Opening Charles.
Yes, my baby.
Now surveillance. Let's talk about the advantages and the disadvantages of what particular surveillance we by effect citizens also. As you normally call us, say we are ordinary Ghanaians.
Yes, you know, you and I will agree. Also, you will agree with me, say the kind of security threats we had in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s are not the same as the kind of security threats that we are going to have in the 21st century. Now, crime has developed, crime has become very, very sophisticated, and the state has a responsibility to ensure, say, the communities that we live in are safe for habitation. And unti or minus so it also otumpon and also two and a more a brini a bribiano obey ahead of the criminals. All right. Inti say uti or minus a wooden pefe say undi bonibia and nise usuru say yakoto spies ebe monitor and I say ebe show o friend is saying near ye. It has to do with ye bonia na the spy maybe who say yes usha hana woody bonnie, and for that matter because we want to have a crime-free society into the laws or the state will marshal its force and come after you. Spies are not new in this 21st century. Okwa amaya a developer crash in Ghana or more advanced spies. All right. They have your first technology, even core crowd where crowd, they are able to monitor it and see say who hatch crime and I say unyabonia ubedi, okay, and ubetiwasa then they will come after you. Even some advanced countries no say boni basic and I say ejabi they are able to cause an alarm on your phone. Into kita phone na baby will be able to phone no vibrate ring say bibi either for instance in Germany eja bar and I say when they are about to work on fire installations or water installations baby will be able to not say within your catchment area able say phone belisa na mouse signal say they should tell you the extent of which states are advancing to ensure safety of its citizens. In this Ghana, akoto this spies machine from Israel. That's what the best spy amanfo omo boni ewo mutrim. Mind you, it is not only about spying criminals, it is also to protect you and I, because obi fadrin boni so obi kuwa. By virtue of this technology available, the state is able to detect and come to your aid within a reasonable period. So nipa no fa adwin so be hawa ebetumi or mind betumi abebo ho ban. So it is not only about detecting crime, it is also about protecting the ordinary citizens. Now, wakoye ni say we know, because we have human rights and we have right to privacy in Hokonobaninti. You need to adjust your laws to accommodate these fundamental principles of natural justice, okay, or these fundamental principles of human rights and other protocols. That is why for the past months, the Ministry of Communication is also seeking to amend the cybersecurity laws to cater for some of these excesses. So, Bekaya, recently, some people engage in some criminal activities on social media, TikTok, but you know the current laws do not permit such direct monitoring. Okay, so you need to reform your laws to have the powers to, monitor persons who engage in criminal activities via social media. Say Sanyama way na comes to fruition. They are seeking to build a safer and a peaceful society for you and I. So whatever it is, you Ghanaians should rally behind the government of the day and ensure say our communities are safe for habitation and devoid of criminal activities. Even though I know very well say we cannot completely eradicate crime, but at least we should be able to, or say it to me, boneso eba certain level o piana juna o kokrom krana unsuro, you know, say ubekwa sayaba. Okay, these are some of the things that the state is putting in place to ensure say you and I have a safe environment.
Opening, let's talk about the violation of privacy. Now, say the one kind of the protection of the citizens, so right. But said nipa one so nama sebi wonye boni be affect state. And so while privacy you can't protect it. So let's talk about the effect on that regarding the citizen who is also being protected by the same surveillance.
Yes, you know, when it comes to public interest matters, there is the issue of privacy is not taken into consideration. So public safety is paramount than individual privacy, unless maybe what you are engaging in is not public interest matter. But if it is a public interest matter, you cannot talk about your privacy. That is why the police or the national security does not publish or bring to the public view anything that they find. Do you think the state does not have information about you? The state has information about you, but because as I say, won't engage in any criminal matter or any public interest matter, but if you engage in any act that is detrimental to the safety and stability of society, the public will certainly come in and deal with you. issues about privacy are handled confidentially, yes, but immediately you engage in any misconduct, that right of yours will be extinguished.
Bueno, enchemu ni say, or ye chemwa, not to say the powers of the Article 18 of the Ghana's 1992 Constitution will be undermined here a bit, even though there is some amendment, but
no, there is no undermining of Article 17, 18, that is human dignity. 18. You see, we all have liberties. So the 1992 Constitution guarantees freedom of movement, but there are some people whose movements have been curtailed by lawful detention. All right. So if your right to privacy, your right to property owning, if you engage in some certain act that the state say the generality of the public, that right that you are enjoying will be taken away from you. So yes, you have right of privacy, but with that right of privacy, if you are abusing it to undermine public safety, to undermine public security, that right will be taken away from you and the laws of the land will come after you. It is not a matter of somebody's right being abused. It is about what you are doing that will determine whether or not your right is being abused or your rights are not being abused.
I would like us to take a quick break now. Before Sano, I want us to also take a look at the implications for rule of law and governance, where I say unchecked surveillance, technology acquired under secrecy, and that is the risk turning Ghanaians' digital space into a tightly controlled corner. Opening.
But your question is, sorry.
Opening chance, but me say you share something about the implications for rule of law and governance. The unchecked government surveillance, especially with the acquiring of technologies under secrecy, because it took ABR.
You see, yes,
to investigate and try and bring this up. Aside that, some of the authorities involved in Krampono, so it's like this is something secret, yes, where citizens in the cry, we are not even aware of it.
Yes, let me tell you one thing. You see, to every law, there is an exception. And Rabia the exception to in the worst case scenario, you can waive it. In this the 1992 Constitution, yes, say the mother laws of the land. In times of emergency, that 1992 Constitution can be suspended. Okay, we are saying say good governance, and for that matter, everything should be transparent. But best practices and advanced democracies, or Mama Yehuni say there are certain things you don't need to bring to the public domain, and one of these instances has to do with national security. National security issues over the world are not in the public domain. So you don't expect the government to come and public to the whole nation say this and that are what I'm doing to ensure public safety. No, because we have criminals around, and some of these criminals are very, very sophisticated. They know how to combat measures that government are putting in place so that they can engage in criminal activities. All right. So as a government, you don't want to put all your arsenals in the public domain for criminals to exploit it to their advantage and attack the nation. You know, we are in a region that is engulfed with political instability, bandits attacking parts of some nations and all manner of things. And you know where Ghana is situated, almost all our neighbors, I'm not saying all, almost all our neighbors have experienced one or two political instability or militia attacks. So we do not want to put our arsenals in the public domain for some of these things, for some of these bandits to, capitalize on the information and organize themselves in such a way that when we deploy these arsenals, they have remedy to, handle the deploration of the arsenals. When it comes to public security or national security, we don't put everything out. Had it not been this national security case, most Ghanaians wouldn't have even known that Ghana has acquired spying machines from Israel. And best practices indicate that some of these things should not be in public domain.
And also, we're just looking at the implications that is going to have on the citizens. But I think Doc are joining in. Let me take the opportunity to also get his comments on issues we are discussing. Doc. Doc, and come right now about the implications of the government spying on its citizens with the newly acquired technology as Amri and non-women spy. Now, we want to get your, your submission on this particular issue, how it's going to go a long way to protect the country as a whole, but also in a way affecting the privacy of the citizen. I think Doc I'd drop it. So I will urge everybody to go on Facebook on our platform. Now, you made a move from we are live on Achim on High FM 93.5 FM. Samsung Kings Radio in Accra, Jamframa TV Aurora, Sekina Information Center, totally Northern Ghana, the Lemon Community Information Center on Quanta, Fans TV, Aflau. I would like to make an opportunity to make a short break. I'm sure some member Nadok are joining here. We'll also take a submission on that. We are still live on Today Ghana News TV. We end the premiere with me, Lawrence. Make a short break. Remember, don't go nowhere.
Welcome to Beyond Makeup, where beauty and confidence are taken to a whole new level. Here, we pamper and take care of you like royalty. Enjoy our gentle waxing, refreshing facials, and soothing massages that melt away stress and leave your skin glowing. We also offer professional makeup services, manicures, pedicures, durable nail extensions, and perfectly sculpted ombre brows. We give you the most perfect soft lashes that highlight your natural beauty. At Beyond Makeup, every visit is more than just a service. It's an experience of care, elegance, and transformation. Locate us at Chado Last Stop or call us on 0559 933 505 or 0506 474 911. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Beyond Makeup, your journey to wellness starts here.
Africa unite, 'cause the children wanna go home. Yeah.
Greetings, my name is Ras Mubarak. I'm a former member of parliament in Ghana. On the 18th of August, we're going to begin a very historic journey. A journey driving through 39 African countries that's going to take us well over 4 months, driving for 600 hours, over 40,000 kilometers. And this initiative is endorsed by the government of Ghana. Why are we doing this? We want our continent to unite, and we want our people in Africa to be able to travel within Africa without visa restrictions. You see, Africa has enormous potential beyond anybody's imagination. And if we are united as one people, one continent, if there are no restrictions for us to travel to each other's country, you have no idea what we can achieve together. The economic benefits are enormous. You know, the cultural exchanges, the opportunity to, study and learn and tour and see each other's country is just amazing. And so we want you, my friends, to support this. And we appeal to African governments to support the initiative so that together we can make Africa visa-free now.
Africa unite, 'cause the children want.
Yeah, that's why we had a crime live on Today Ghana News TV. Now, some many few messages I would want to read and continue interviews now. Some conduct. We say, watching from Akwese Nia Sumenya, the EC chair, and Dr. Bosman has exhibited gross incompetence. Gross incompetence. If you want to Samson Akwame Ajiman says, good evening, comrades, more fire, keep the fire burning, watching you live inside Freiburg, Germany. Openi Kwame, Ashapomo, Yatun Kapa, Janin Koso. Nana Tafrimu says, good evening, watching from Tatali Northern Ghana, and greetings from Sekina Information Center listeners. Please tell Dr. Abungo we are also organizing a counter demonstration. We will also organize a counter demonstration if they dare organize one. We strict one and a common doctor. Some sure say Dr. Tipa, see Dr. Mentra. Robert Kimpi says, a very good submission, Comrade Mensa, watching from Paris, in Paris for a motive, and one shema a man in Quetri. Robert Kimpi, that's it. Sikapa family. Jane Mensa should go. She nearly sent Ghana to a civil war. She's incompetent. Watching on YouTube from Maport Niakufu. We say Jane Mensa de Ebeyan Kamanin Kokrana. Baby Uncle de Ghana Kodenye. Kawo pan or the Ghana be rim. And the Ebeyan Kamanin Kosonajin channel. Lady Moore says, good evening and watching from Twitch on St. Petersburg, Russia. Greetings, Dr. Abungu. Doc, Nanaya Obi says, good evening, watching from Kwantan. The program is also live on Adeliman Community Information Center. We are here to read all your comments and messages. Someone said you made anyone need that. Fremo says, you are not safe in this country if the state that is built to protect us is rather watching us. God have mercy. Watching from Manchenia, who if we nana Oyihona. But Nyami Obi says they should use the technology to arrest the killer of Honorable JB Dankwa. I'm sure some of the messages are there now. We'll put that on hold for now. Now, yeah, told you made so. As I when we have the free space, we also read them. But you will be able to be and also be me the about Ebekayama. And Koma is about the technology Ghana. Same yinya baby Nambiano. Now I want to grab this message or this particular topic question. If we remove says we are not safe in this country. Now, said na comrade Okano. My teacher says, I want to Sankaundi Bonidana. Ufremo, yes, and a digusam. I may tap my next question if Fremo, Missy Jodibum. So we are not safe in this country if the state that is built to protect the watching us Opening said Udi can no say onye she nanka dia we bia ya affect state we o man nyasema and Kenya there ade we den ke found. But how safe are we as a people senka na inidi which and adwuma dia we dey bia no inidi it means your privacy is at stake. Opening Charles.
Yeah, hello.
Obi message, no. I say, how safe are we if the state that is built to protect us is now watching us?
Now, there's
a good side. In fact, there's a good side.
My simple response to the tester is the fact that so one show based in that born by or so show no to me who say who or how no are born by inti nipa no me mani nsoro kra so onye na adwin so ko ye bone dia me mani nsoro kra na onya gidi say oban no is capable of protecting him or her, and these are some of the things that we will require to protect the citizens. You should just support the government in pursuit of ensuring our communities, our societies are safe from criminals or criminal activities. And look, it is not only about the criminals within our boundaries. So what says is here, no, people even crime. My friends say some of the crimes are even imported. This bandit here or more insurgency or more pretty as capturing some part of other countries, these militias, no. For all what you know, no, they are planning something that is not tasteful. Okay, so the government or the state ought to be alert at every point in time. How does the state becomes alert at every point in time? These are some of the things the state ought to put in place to ensure, say, Bibisa Sia, a friend is saying, on my bit me, abo no my hobby, abo a Japadian hobby. Individuals munim say engage in any crime, no. Just have your peace of mind. Just be at peace. But unim say could and now we have issues with it. But if you are not going to engage in any crime, just be rest assured that your safety is and your privacy is guaranteed, especially under this dispensation.
Okay. And some of this is not on a bad ground, but I'm just listening to what people are saying. But personally, no, I think I'm enjoying the education because there's a good side of it, which is going to benefit the entire state. So let's see, I'm looking on the erosion of the public trust when it comes to security.
Yes, when you talk about public trust, or you are talking about institutions that engage, I can tell you on authority, the public trust in our security service is very, very high. Okay, the security service, as any human organization, is fallible to some errors or some shortcomings. Okay, but in the nutshell, if you were to rank them or to award marks, you definitely give them thumbs up because over the years they have really protected Ghana, and they are also ready to continue to protect Ghana. In the public, look, it is all about this politics sometimes with these security services, and no nama focus public trust ecoform, and this public trust has to do with most of it has to do with the politicians, because politicians will misbehave under the guise of being a political party member, or person or go untouched. So immediately people attach no, because the police is doing the burden of the government in power. But largely, you realize the police, the military, and other state security agencies, they have really held Ghana together. They have held Ghana to become one of the peaceful and stable countries in or on the Africa continent. So the integrity, the public trust of these security services, especially with the Ghana Armed Forces, you know, say Ghanaians have trust in these institutions. It's just a minute fraction of the populace that are saying that the police or the other security services, they don't trust them. But largely, they have the trust of Ghanaians.
Opening, I think we've learned a lot in a way. Personally, I've enjoyed education. Sounds na obi o team bia no say why enjoy education no. Any chance better was in for a time, and then I say wrap up in temperature because of honor too. You made any opening Charles Mensa on only NDC Hamburg branch communications officer. Sounds na Dr. Bungu Masud on the studio opening. The last submission in Chiabi, your festive season, so in Chiabia.
Yes, Makoswa Amagane Kuafo ina ayuko nyame ya adom ochina Farmers Day. Inti ochina no homeda ewo Ghana. Se Kuafo ya nkodo India entwamre India yenya honen embetena ha enkasa inti jumedia Ghana Kuafo edi esum oman Ghana no yeni sopa nti mama Ghana ekuafo ina ayiko eni ejuma pa omo yesum Ghana oman no osha. Just yesterday Ghana Statistical Service released the inflationary rate for the month of November, and you realize inflation has declined to 6.3%, and the food aspects, my interest is has also decreased from, I think, 8.6 to 5.1 or 5.3, something of that sort. That shows us that Ghanaian farmers are also contributing their quota to the economy of Ghana and feeding the nation at large. Intina recently, we dia mecha manabroso minya tofo we so aba me osun opatofo. This shows Ghana, our farmers are ready to work with the needed with the requisite assistance. They are ready to work, and the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is ready to assist well and dedicated farmers who are ready to engage in farming in Ghana. He's ready to assist them, implement other inputs that will aid their work as farmers. To sum everything up, I would say ejuma ekuafo ni dini na no Ghana fo ina ni so na ya mamo aliko ebio Excellency John Dramani Mahama so ya mana aliko ni ejuma soma bosome duba kuntemu just 11 months ejuma waya magana minor ejuma eso nipa yebefa inflation at rate of 23%. We are now in the single digit. Even IMF crampo and predict who said we could achieve this within a month of 11. So by and large, whatever he is doing, whatever he has done, Ghanaians are appreciative of his leadership qualities.
Openi yedase no umere sanso na bebeda Dr. Abungu Masood ase we be our share be that's na make out of for 2026 year be room African Art and Food Music Africa Art Food Music Culture Festival no e baso de 2016 ye be launch in Beko so 2026 year afin mo me communicate date I think 6 December be communicate date na mam Armenia. Stay tuned. Me, my sister Francis Jahin, CEO of Francis Consult LLC, and a champion in Jumidi and in Pennyphobia Mwakam Mabu. When you promote Ghana and Africa arts and food, music, and culture festivals, and everything about Africa, and you promoting. So, baby, I will be an Jim. We a vendor, we a musician. Dia we be an promote the African art and culture no bacho. Make sure say nyame adoma next me bacho pen no paper. Mama all the details now also African people be say be also bit mu di mo agim dey promote Africa at large. Sanso mefa akonya we so na maka o Christmas na eri mu na Christmas ni baby abakodi no. Christmas dey. Say na me di kan. Yeah, he say Easter go. But when it comes to Christmas, the only place you can enjoy Christmas in this whole wide world. I'm not saying Ghana, this whole wide world, you can enjoy Christmas and enjoy it to the fullest. It is our brain. 24th, 25th, made entirely concert on the 19th of this month. Kofi Kinata. And that's some if you are West Side Carnival masqueraders and so ekoso me ankasa so far no the Moabo Yankees masqueraders am no management time in bibi gu ma yekochi abo it's Christmas with them patch so unya bibi ankwa make sure you come to Takad now but Takad so acts of Yankees masqueraders na be join na enko Christmas Carnival ngo I bet you you enjoy papa bibi a team bia no patch share ejumedi aya hihye no so na fa ho beji Meda was say when you are brand out here, Danny Day and in fact, a Merry Christmas to you in advance. Sounds now opinion, a friend said at the Miami boss, me director producer. She chinny if you didn't mind. In fact, our boy must from January to December. Says I over and I said, Nasibu, I man why. Now he is the main engine behind all these programs. Saunya, now see, now we're enjoying. Maybe I will be an opening set. I mean, sure. Nyame adoma next week Thursday maybe working with this beautiful show again but for the meantime no enjoy the rest of all our programs no time with Francis ni biblical all the programs no enjoy it within Lawrence happy new year my crowd we be share next week.
The Accra-Kumasi Expressway is the flagship of President Mahama's Big Push infrastructure program. It is Ghana's first fully modern 6-lane bi-directional Class A expressway, a highway worthy of a nation on the rise. Stretching 198.7 kilometers, this expressway will become the central spine of Ghana's economy, linking our capital city to Kumasi, the heartbeat of the Asante region. It will cut through the greater